Hello everyone. The lock I have for you is one very popular red belt lock. It's the DOM IXKG. Sorry, this is the key. This is the KG indicator. So you can see the cylinder there. So as I said, it's a very popular red belt lock. So what I got was the 2-in-1 version. It's basically construction keying that they have called 2-in-1 because they give you 2 sets of keys. So this one I've put a blue sticker on to remind me it's a second set. So the premise being that if one set has suspiciously been compromised, the second set could then be used to disable the first set of keys. This effectively eliminates the need to have to replace or rekey the lock. Mind you, there's only 2 sets, so if you've lost the second set of keys, you still have to change the lock. So this lock has gone through an extensive breakdown and analysis by the legendary Han Fei in 2005. A PDF file, sorry for the focus, a PDF file is available for download from his website, the link of which is below in the description or in the link above as a shortcut. So I got this lock straight from Germany and it came with both sets of keys, the second of which is still sealed. So picking this lock, the feedback that I get is very unique and different from the typical audible and tactile click. This lock gives micro clicks that feels like very minute movements of the core. Some are so subtle that even just getting the pick in place causes one. It reminds me of how my Yale Superior's sliders feel. So before I start picking this, I'd like to show you something. So if you can see on the side of the cylinder, there's a 3 mm hole. I assure you, it doesn't affect picking this lock. So I drilled this hole when I almost catastrophically got the core stuck. I almost break my lock. So what happened was I took out all the passive pins from the side and the bottom as a way of progressively pinning it. The driver pins and the key pins are staggered, so I thought they wouldn't get the core stuck. What evaded my scrutiny was that the interactive element at the back, it's kind of a tapered pin, so it fits into the side passive pin chamber. So when I turned the core with a key, the interactive driver went into the side chamber and got the core stuck. So I thought I messed up this rather rare and very expensive lock. But I managed to save it by drilling a hole on the side, and by compressing the spring, I was able to get the driver pin to retract, and then I was able to get a shim in and save the lock. So this is not the first time this thing has happened. I've had to drill the side of my Yale Superior when I took out the sidebar and sliders, and the driver pins got stuck. So I managed to carefully drill into the side and save the lock as well. I'm hoping this DOM will be the last time that's happened. Let me look for my Yale Superior so I can show you what happened. So this is my Yale Superior, which I've picked. So I had to drill a series of holes onto the side so I could get the pins unstuck from the sidebar chamber. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to put this in the vise and pick it. Alright, so this is the key. Alright, I progressively pin this lock and slowly work my way through. So I know I have 3 milestones I'm looking for. First is a small false set indicating I can move to the left side pins. The second is that all left side pins have to be springy. And lastly, a big false set indicating the interactive element needs to be picked. And thus, this leads to an open. So I'll start with the right side pins. This should lead to the first milestone. There you go, a small false set. Now we move to the left side pins and they all have to be springy. First one to bind is actually number 5 all the way to the back. Alright, so the pins here are very hard to index. That's why I have to keep coming back out so I know which pins I'm actually touching. So let's double check pin 5. Make sure I've set it and it's springy, yes. 2. Pin 3 now. Hopefully that's set. 1 is okay. 2 is set. Alright, let's now move back to the right side. This is the hard part wherein I have to pick pin number 4 really high to get all the other pins to bind. 2, 3. Okay, it seems to be springy still, so we're missing something on the left. Hopefully I haven't overset the pins. Should be okay. 3 is binding. No. Pin 2. It should give us a full set. Come on. There. That's what I'm looking for. So that's the second milestone. Oh, third milestone. So now we're going for the interactive ball, and this should get us an open. There. All right. So that's DOM IX now open. So we just need to make sure that everything's still focused. Now I'm going to gut this thing. All right, make sure it's in the frame. Just put it down. Take away the device. All right, let's put the keys. Okay, so it's a shimmy because I don't want to forget not shimming it. Make sure this thing is focused. Okay. So key. Okay. I might need this guy. All right. Oops. So it's the plastic thing that prevents the driver pins from going into the core. So all right, let's take out the interactive elements out. Sorry, the passive elements out first. So we have one pin at the bottom. This guy. We have 3 ball bearings and 2 profile pins, and then we have the top pins. So the pins on this lock has already been extensively covered by other pickers, and in the interest of saving time, what we want to look at now is how the 2-in-1 is implemented. So we can see this ring on chamber number 1, and this corresponds to this ring chamber. So hence, once the second set of keys are used to turn the core, it forces this ring up into the chamber and effectively changing the bidding. Okay, we'll try to show that carefully. I can't take the keys out. I'll need to use the second. So all right, we'll take the we'll take the profile pins out first. So this goes there, and the side pins. Okay, so now we can take the key out carefully. All right, so that's the first set of keys. This is going to be the second set of key. Notice how the ring will be pushed out of position. All right, so once the core is turned, imagine that ring going there. All right, that changes the bitting. So first key now will stop working because first pin now doesn't quite go up to shear line. All right, so I'm going to get this lock now. Okay, so let's get the ring out. From the chamber. Okay, I might just fast forward this part to save time. So that's pin 1. So I have left and right on there so I don't forget where the pins go. So this is right, this is left, 2, right 2, left 3, right 3. Right, now let's get the driver pins. Let me get the shim out first. Okay, there's the shim. So this is left. Top pin. This is right. Oops, that one's the right one. that's all of it. So let me give you a zoom in on the pins. So there are some torpedo pins. And all the key pins are finned. So you can, for more idea on these pins, I would suggest you look at the PDF article I mentioned a while ago. So I shall now reassemble the lock. It'll take a lot of time.